As a poor, would it make sense to buy fewer close out of the money calls versus more far out of the money calls? I would imagine an IV play would be much riskier, but also cheaper. Yeah, I mean, the IV plays can realize far greater profits, but they're also significantly more risky. Because, like, I mean, you could buy a lot more far out of the money contracts, right? So you're maximizing leverage, but you're also pushing up risk and narrowing your exit. If you have contracts that are going to go in the money, you have a much slower, like, you have much more time to get out, right? So if you have like hundreds and the price runs to 150, you have a lot of time to get out of these, right? There's a $50 price range of your contract being in the money. Whereas, like, you know, if we run to 150 and you have a 300, you're going to have a very narrow window of time to exit this contract before the price starts to fall. Not being political, but Muslims can't do shares as they can't make a profit. There's ways around that, I think. Like an IRA, they wouldn't be holding the shares themselves, right? For religious concerns, I think a lot of brokerages have ways to manage that. BBBY just ripping, huh? Yep. It's not. I used to work for a company that did distribution for this company, and they gave me a hat and some hoodies and some other hats. What if I told you that my religion requires that you manage my GME position? I would tell you to get fucked. Muslim and I have GME. We can't profit off things like interest, so baking stocks, for example. Oh, okay. In my jar, I have 9 calls at 160, 200 for Feb 18, but as a poor, I can't pay for theta. So moving to March 18 only lets me buy 3 200s. Seems like I would make more if I keep my 9 calls and the price goes up in early Feb. But if it doesn't, you'll just lose all of it, right? Even if you have 3 calls at 200 and we test 200, you're going to make far more money than you lost initially, right? This is why rolling out is good. Even if I roll my position down 50%, right? So if I lose half of my leverage and I roll it out, but you know, say I roll out to like 150 and the price goes up and test that, my gains on this will far exceed the loss on the initial investment. It's preservation of capital. Jimmy dead. No, I don't think so. Coming up on 1269 though, we have a bunch of upside gaps. I think we'll see price action later in the day.